go to work. I wanted to talk a little bit about the difference between the Trump campaign today and the Trump campaign of 2016 and what has changed. And, I got to go to the gas station on the way to work. I don't have enough gas to make it. There's a big difference in the campaign and Trump's purpose today than in 2016. And what's going on right now is a very, very frightening time for a lot of Americans. I like a lot of you, because this is on YouTube. I watch different people on YouTube. And I was watching when I was getting ready for work and doing my show prep. I had on in the background some Instacart drivers. There's a whole genre on YouTube of Instacart drivers and how little money they're making. It seems to be like the common theme today as opposed to a year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And what that's about is the economy. People can't afford to order Instacart anymore. Donald Trump today what he's really doing is rescuing America from really what is in many ways a depression. We're in a financial depression. And it doesn't feel that way for a lot of people because depression is measured based on what we learned about the Great Depression of the 1930s. And this is not that kind of depression. Depression's a bad word, and people like President Trump aren't going to use it because it scares people. But there are so many Americans that are going without basic necessities. And when I say basic necessities, I'm talking about food. And let's be honest, Kamala doesn't give a shit. Sorry to use the language, but she doesn't. Either does Biden or Tim Walz or any Democrat or any of these overpaid people in the media. And Donald Trump is running today to save America, get us out of this economic depression we're in, get this country back on track, and make it possible for Americans to live a good, comfortable life they enjoy instead of being worried about whether they're going to be able to put food on the table for their kids. There's someone that I watch online, and they're about 30, trying to buy a house. They went to buy a house, and the mortgage was going to be over $5,600 a month. Who could buy a house for that? Who could buy a house for that? Rich people. The American dream's done at this point in time. And Trump's coming back, save us from an economic depression, get us back on track, make America affordable again, and save us from this border invasion. Kamala Harris is talking about giving $750 to each of the storm victims. $750? How much are they giving the illegal Haitians of Springfield, or these Venezuelan gangs that are terrorizing Aurora, Colorado, or the hotels filled with illegals from Latin America and New York City, right? They got their EBT cards, their phones, the free housing. And Americans, $750, and she thinks she's to be applauded for that? Are you freaking kidding me? So she just doesn't care. She doesn't understand. She needs to worry about her husband, who is being accused of slapping a woman around, which is, I'm going to talk about that on the next stream in detail and go through all of it. When Donald Trump was running in 2016, we were in that Obama era, and Obama was a disaster. He was a disaster, and we're suffering from the damage of Obama now, and in many, many ways. The border invasion went on. The border's always been an issue with the United States. That's why we had the war with Mexico. And, before the Civil War, we had a war with Mexico. The border with Mexico has always been a problem. But Obama began the border invasion we're currently suffering. He began this big wave of illegal immigration and started this whole tone with the Obama generation, these millennials, that we're just supposed to suck it up and let them all be here. and set them up in a life of retirement while, I mean, how many of you, right now, it is 4:13 a.m. I'm heading off to work in a minute after I go to the gas station and pay way too much money for gas. How many of you are at work or up early to go to work right now? If you're an illegal, one of the illegal Haitians of Springfield or the illegals they've dumped up on you, you don't have to get up and go to work because Kamala Harris has set you up with a retirement plan. Your bills are paid and your kids are fed and you have nothing to worry about. You don't have to be up at 4:13 in the morning going to work. A guy across the street from me over here, young guy, his wife's pregnant, and he's got a Tesla. They're millennials. They make good living. He's getting ready to leave now. I see him in his driveway to go to work. I don't know what he does. I don't know where he works, but, he's leaving early in the morning to go to work. Maybe he's going to work out before work. I don't know, but he's up early to go work. Not the illegals. They don't have to go to work. They're set up. And if you're in North Carolina or Georgia and you got hit by the storm and you've lost everything, hey, Kamala Harris is going to send you $750. There you go for all your troubles. Does that not piss you off? Donald Trump was in 2016 was the reason he was running, the reason he came down the escalator is because Barack Obama is a socialist who started this invasion of the United States, not just from the southern border, but also transporting people by the plane loads from the Middle East. And we're seeing a lot of that problem now. And he was trying to stop that, and he did a good job. Now we've had 4 years of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. Things are worse in this country than they've ever been in my lifetime. And they're not going to get better. And what's Kamala promising? More of this crap. So right now, Donald Trump is running for president to save. And the MAGA movement, I'm telling you, is 10 times bigger today than it was at the highest point in 2016. I believe that with my heart. I see it. You can feel it. You can taste it. The country is suffering. There are so many people that are on the Trump. I've always been on the Trump train, right? But there's so many people that are on the Trump train now that don't even like Trump. But they're struggling so much under Kamala Harris, and they know she doesn't care. So that's what's going on here. Yeah, mass deport. Just think about the mass deportation he's going to do. What an economic boom that will be. First off, it gives a lot of relief from local communities. The housing prices. I was talking about this one guy I was watching online, over $5,600 for a mortgage. He's not going to get the house. Rents are out of control. And J.D. Vance is right. A lot of it is because they're filling up a lot of rental properties with illegals, and it drives up the rent. So it's going to make renting more affordable for those that rent. But the whole industry of deportation, that's going to be an economic boom too. That's going to become an industry, at least for a few years. You met Don Jr.? Yeah, I met Don Jr. He's a nice guy. Very normal, down to earth. You wouldn't realize he's such an important person, Don Jr. He's very cool. Well, it doesn't matter who you were for in the past as long as you're voting for Trump now, right? Exactly. You've been with Trump since 85. You started working for him. Yes, lucky you. Got any old Trump checks around? Those could be valuable. No, I mean, Trump's the only one that can save us. Now, if you'd like to support my channel, I put a link there pinned in the chat. It's an Etsy shop that's sponsoring my stream. There's also a link in the description of the video. They have created exclusive Trump merch, Trump t-shirts, just for my channel, for you guys who watch. They're sponsoring me. They watch me on YouTube. They have a few different ones. I put the link to the one I ordered a couple days ago, which I like a lot, the Trump election team shirt. So if you could click that link and buy the shirt, that'd be spectacular. Or just click the link, take a look at their store. They have a lot of other things there too. And if you could share that link on your socials, I'd appreciate that as well. It helps me out a lot. They're supporting me. and you supporting them helps me and all of my content, and that'd be great. The link is pinned at the top of the live chat, but if you're not watching live, there's a link in the description of the video as well. Thank you guys for your support. Yeah, so America can't handle 4 more years of this. We really cannot. In the next stream at 6 a.m. Eastern, I want to go through all the details of this story of Kamala Harris, his husband, being accused of hitting a woman. And that story broke yesterday morning when I got off the air. And Kamala hasn't commented on it yet. The media are not covering it, but I'm going to cover it. I'm on the radio Monday through Friday. I'm on a bunch of FM stations here in Florida. I'm live from 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern, and I take live calls for people watching me on YouTube and listening to me on the radio. So my next stream is already set up. It's got Kamala Harris, her husband, in it, in the thumbnail. So if you subscribe, click that notification bell, you get a notification. But I'll be live in less than 2 hours on the radio. Well, thank you, Eric. I do my best. Yeah, I'm going to go to the gas station, fill up, and then go to then I got to go get coffee. This coffee was the coffee that was left over in my coffee cup at the radio station yesterday, and I heated it up. It had cream in it. It doesn't taste that good. I probably shouldn't be drinking it. So I'm going to go to the gas station and then get some coffee on the way in. Hey, what the heck? What can you do? Oh, man. Now, I drink coffee for the caffeine, not the taste. This mug here, the reason I like this coffee cup, I don't know what it's made out of, but when I put this in the microwave to heat up the coffee, the mug doesn't get hot, just the contents. So... mid-show stomach problems? Probably, but I need the caffeine. If I don't have the caffeine, I'm addicted to caffeine like Hunter Biden's addicted to cocaine and hookers, okay? So that's that. But no, without Trump, we're totally screwed. I mean, the country will always survive. We've been through Dust Bowls, depressions, the Democrat insurrection known as the American Civil War, which is really the Democrat insurrection against the federal government. But it will be tough. It would be a struggle. The country would not be the same after. A lot of people are saying, well, could we handle 4 more years of Kamala Harris? It wouldn't be 4. Can we handle 8? It's possible that she could have 8 years. Could we handle that? And I say no. We could not handle 8 years of Kamala Harris. I don't think we could handle 8 minutes of Kamala Harris. And for the life of me, I don't understand. Kamala Harris, there's a disaster. She comes out and reads a prepared statement at FEMA and then storms off. Does she think she looks good? Does she think she looks commanding? She looks like an asshole because she doesn't care. She just doesn't care about people. Really, she doesn't. I mean, if you're not on the Trump train, why is Kamala running for president? What does she stand for? If you said, Kamala, Madam Vice President, why are you running? What would she tell you? I'm running for president because, Donald Trump will tell you, to save America and make America great again. All right, his campaign slogan for this run was going to be Save America, remember? But he said, I'm going to stick with Make America Great Again. I have a Trump Save America hat. She couldn't articulate why she's running. I'm here to tell you. She couldn't do it. A chameleon? She's a vacuous bird brain. Well, J.D. Vance, so far, so good. So far, so good. I'm in a cult? Yeah, the cult of the United States of America. That's a proud one to be in. Greatest country in the world. Oh, it would be scary. It'd be very scary. I mean, those of you that are up, how many are you up for work right now? I mean, money just doesn't go as far as it used to go, and it's going to get worse, and she just doesn't get, even if she wanted to do things and make things better, she would not know how to do it. right? Even if she wanted to make things better, she wouldn't know how to do it. She doesn't want to make things better. So that's even worse. Won't even try. You're an insomniac. You've been up since 1 a.m. You're retired. Good for you. Retired. Awesome. Lucky. I've been up since 1:30. I get up very early, and this is a new schedule I started in the last year, maybe less than a year. I like it. I get as much done as I can in the early hours of the morning. Just got out of an overseas meeting. Wow. West Coast 123 start at 2 a.m. Oh, my goodness, Pat. You work at home. Oh, you're an hour behind. You've been up an hour. It's 3:23 a.m. where you're at now. You haven't slept. Oh, my goodness. You don't sleep, you nap. Yeah, I'm thinking today, I don't know. When I get off the air today, I'm thinking about what should I do? Should I just take the day off when I get off the air? I've been up a long time. I've done a lot of work already. I try to do... Now, I'm sitting in my front of the house in my car. This is not a self-driving car. I have a brand new car, a 2025. And my wife and I, we got a new car a couple months ago. And, but I drive this old car to work. And this car here, any of you do that? Like I got a brand new car. It's a 2025. It's got all the, bells and whistles and everything. Yeah, the Mini, the Mini. You could see the Mini in the video I did of walking the steps of the Trump golf course assassin here in Florida. You get a little glimpse of the Mini. This car here, my daughter's 25. I got this car when my daughter was in 5th grade. This is a 2011 Kia Sorento with 148,675 miles on it. It's got a lot of miles on it. So, I figure I will drive this car until it doesn't drive anymore. But I actually, this car needed a pretty expensive repair. And I've been driving the Mini to work lately because I was deciding whether or not the car was worth the repair. And it needed the rack and pinion whole system replaced. And I thought about it for a few weeks. And I said, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do it. Because if I go out and buy a new car, I got another car payment. And I don't really, and I don't want to put the miles on the... Isn't that weird? You buy a new car, you don't want to put the miles on the new car. So I got the rack and pinion replaced, and with tax, it was $1,500. But if the radio station was at my old location that I broadcasted from for all those years, I would probably take my Vespa, the MAGA scooter, pretty much every day. But the radio station's too far to take the scooter all the time. Yeah, I mean, I've had this car. This car's 2011. I brought it brand new, and but when my daughter moved to California, before she moved to California, I bought her a Kia because Kia cars are so reliable. But the Mini, that's like the MAGA scooter. My Vespa, I got a Vespa. It's my MAGA scooter. It's the MAGA scooter 2.0. It's my second MAGA scooter. But I don't mind. Hey, I'm not into flashy cars. Yeah, it was $1,500 with the tax. So, and it's running fine to me. I don't care. What would you do? Get the repair or get a new car? Please. Got to put money down, the payments. I'm not into flashy stuff like that. Roll, Trump, roll, yeah. Yeah, the repair. Absolutely. Leasing a car? Yeah, I would not lease a vehicle. I would not lease a car. Well, I've taken good care of this car. The only owner. But my daughter was in 5th grade when I got this car, and it's got like the third row seats in it and everything. Because I used to drive my daughter's friends around to go to the movies or the skating rink or wherever they, or to school, pick them up from school and take them home. But now I'm just going to run this car into the ground. Leasing's a good deal if you don't drive. But back to Trump. This campaign is so different than any presidential campaign I've ever followed. And I think probably a lot of you agree with that. This is unlike any campaign I have ever followed. There's never been something so vital, right? It's just not. There's never been a presidential race that was as important as this one. But you know, what I've come to realize, like Kamala came out yesterday, and she thought that this made her sound so smart, and she sounded like a dummy. She was talking about the hurricane damage in North Carolina, and she said she's been briefed. What does that mean? She watched the news, she turned on MSNBC, and they did a story on it. And if you go back to all the presidents other than Trump, all they do is tell you, oh, I've been briefed on this, I've been briefed on that. Well, yeah, but what the freak are you going to do about it? And you know what they're going to do? Jack. That's what they're going to do about it. You know, they, getting briefed. Okay, well, so yeah, well, I've been briefed. I read a tweet about it. I've been briefed on the situation. But what are you going to do to help people? Give them $750? Thanks a lot. In this economy, $750 ain't that much, let me tell you. But when she said that, she thinks that she's like done something. And that's how most presidents are. All they do is get briefed, and they don't do jack. And they have these evil people like Bush with the military-industrial complex causing wars and doing all kinds of havoc. One of the things they hate about Trump is that he's a working president who actually runs things and gets involved. Doesn't just get briefed. I've been briefed. And she actually thought that made her look like she's a something, like she's done something. You freaking kidding me? Now, if you're new to my channel, make sure you guys subscribe. All right? If you're new to my channel, you'll love my channel, I promise. And if you'd really like to support my channel, click that link I have in the live chat. There's also a link in the description of the video. It's a great Etsy shop that's sponsoring my channel. And they've created exclusive Trump merch just for those who watch my YouTube channel. It's available nowhere else. Well, my podcast. If you listen to my podcast or watch me on YouTube, the merch is available to you and no one else. In fact, they made this merch just for the viewers of this channel, which I thought was awesome. They're sponsoring me, and they watch the channel. So if you could click that link and buy some of that Trump merch, that would help me out a lot. And it certainly helps them, too. And also, if you could take that link and share it on your socials, that would be great as well. Mike says grifting. If you mean making a living, if you want to call that great, typical liberal, they think someone making a living is some type of grift. You know, living off of mommy and daddy and playing Fortnite all night instead of getting a job, that's grifting, right? Exactly. But that's, that's how liberals are. Oh, it's not grifting. It's, hey, I just had this major car repair on this 14-year-old car, okay? So, exactly, Eric. Oh, my goodness. $1,504 with tax. Oh, yeah, I'm biased. I will never, I've said this for years. I will never disagree with Donald Trump. I will never criticize Donald Trump. I say that with pride. Buy an American car made by these spoiled union guys. This car that I've had since 2011 with 148,675 miles on it as of right now. If I bought an American car, would the car still be driving? Would it still be on the road? Would my I got the air conditioning on right now. Right? Here I'm in Florida, so we got air conditioning on even at 4:33 in the morning. And air conditioning works well. The car runs well. Looks great. That's right, 2011. Good morning in the UK. I do want America to be great. I would much rather have great quality things made in the United States. Yes, we all need help. We need the help of Trump to save our country. You are exactly right. Okay, guys, I'm going to head off to the gas station and then head to the radio station. I'll see you in less than 90 minutes on the next stream. If you're new, subscribe. All right? I'm Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Thanks for watching.